Hey, guess what? Today we're going to be doing another episode of Skyrim playthroughs. This is episode 2. Today we're going to be learning about enchanting and alchemy. If you are a mage, those are going to be two major things for you, so your fighting is good without using weapons, just using magic. So, anyway, let's start with the enchanting. Most people playing the game will find enchanted items throughout, like these three items, which I will be disenchanting. So when you have items like this that are enchanted, once you found them, you can go to the disenchant section of, when you're using the arcane enchanter, and click disenchant. It'll ask you, are you sure? And if you aren't sure and you are not a high enough level to make a weapon that strong without the enchantment, then you click no. If you can make it something stronger with that enchantment, you click yes. So I just learned the stamina damage one, and now I just learned shock resistance. I just learned one-armed wielding. And all these are just alchemy things that I found. I cannot make something that strong yet, so I'm not disenchanting them. That ring I can disenchant. So now my enchanting is pretty up there just by doing a few things. And next we'll be picking the item we want to do. So what you do is pick an item you want to enchant, such as a ring. And you click the enchantment you want, and always pick the item first because you'll know what you can do to the ring. So you can fortify block with a shield. I have all these enchantments and I can do these things. So I'm going to do fortify magicka. And then after you've chosen your item and your enchantment, you go to soul gem. I have grand soul gem and greater soul gem. The less the soul gem is, the less it will be. Like, see, it said 20 because I had a grand soul gem, and since I used a petty, it will be 1. See, I'm going to use a common soul gem because I only have one of those, and they're pretty easy to find. So, unenchant item, and I've just leveled up just by doing that one enchantment and disenchanting. So next we're going to be moving on to weapons. Weapons will be at the top most of the time, and shields will be like with your apparel. So we're going to do a weapon first. I stole this dwarven dagger from the archmage. Actually, all my soul gems are stolen from the archmage. So dwarven dagger, enchantment. And now all these are for apparel, and I can't put them on a weapon. So I have these 3 enchantments that will work on this. So let's say I wanted this to freeze people. It'll cause 10 points of frost damage. I choose that, choose how many times I want to use it. See, as you can see over there, I have 1,214, but it only does 1 point of frost damage. 566 only does 2 points. So depending on how many times you want to use it, and depending on how much you want it to, hurt, it will depend on you and how you did it. So I want the strongest one with the least amount of charges because I don't usually use weapons. So I chose the frost enchantment, and now, because this is one of the only weapons I ever use, I'm going to use a grand soul gem on it because I like that. And now my enchanting is up to level 37. And that's really all that is to it. So, pick anything you want, any item you have that isn't already enchanted. So, yeah. But there's also a lot of things that you can't enchant. Like, I don't know, robes you can't enchant without magic things, like fortify magic, destruction, whatever. But now we're going to be moving on to alchemy, and before you even move on to going to the actual thing, you're going to go to your ingredients. what you see here is a bee. I don't know any of its things, as you can see right here, in those four places that say unknown. On the bleeding crown, I have no one thing that it does. So, how to find out these things is to eat them, and yeah. So, blue butterfly does damage stamina, etc., etc. So all you gotta do is, if you have a bunch of ingredients, anything you have more than one of, eat it, and you'll find out what it does. So like, fly emanatia, that's a weird name for a mushroom, but whatever. I have 7 of these, so what you would do is eat one of them, and you'll still have 6, but you'll find out what one does. And I know at least one thing to almost all of these, but human flesh. I'll get more of that by doing the Dark Brotherhood quest line. Yeah. Oh, and moon sugar. I have not eaten one of these, and I have 3 of them. Let's find out what it does together. Weakness to fire. And when you eat it, you will get what it does, what you found out. So like, say you eat the moon sugar, and it'll give you a weakness to fire. So if you're, I wouldn't choose mid-battle to start eating ingredients. Alright, so next we could go on to the actual table. And all you gotta do is, when you go into your ingredients, after you've eaten something, you'll find out what it does. So, like, death bell, damage, health, poison. And you can find out, you can add these things together. So, like, I'll add a death bell and an ectoplasm, and it'll cause 25 points of poison damage. Pretty cool. Oops, I forgot. One thing. Yes, see, I have enchanted rings and armor for making potions. So let's go back to the ectoplasm, and see, instead of being 25, 28 because of my helmet. So that's another thing, enchanting and alchemy can both do really well for you. So next, we're going to move on to potions. Let's go with... Alright, restore health. Certain things do, like, ill effects, like, say, that'll work for one. That's the only one I can remember. Fortify, magicka. Ectoplasm, as we found out earlier, damages health. But it can also fortify your magic. So, if you didn't have your alchemy up very high, and you didn't get the, what's it called? Star that erases ill effects on potions and good effects on poisons, then you would get a Fortify Magic Potion that damages your health. Very little, but it still does it. This is actually a pretty cool one. Making invisible potions. Now, I think that's all there is to alchemy, just mixing ingredients. But I'm going to show you what potions look like. These are all potions I've found. Yep, or that I've gotten. These are poisons. All poisons look the same. In all bottles, they're all a green little bottle, like that. And these are all potions. They're all red. They look like the potion of minor healing that I've found. These are all I've made. These I've found, made, found, stolen. If you hadn't noticed, a lot of my potions are stolen. Alright, so that's all there is to it, and I've said that a lot this video. Now I'm going to throw a troll skull. And if you need any ingredients or soul gems, come to the Archmage when he's not around. He is, like, the easiest person to steal from ever. This shelf was full of soul gems, that shelf was full of soul gems. That that case right here is full of soul gems. That had the dwarven dagger in it. And if you come back later on, over and over